Hello everyone, welcome back. This is RandoGEEK. We have an update regarding AT&T. The link for this article can be found down below in the description for you. It is coming from RCR Wireless News, and this is good news regarding AT&T. Looks like Q1 results are finally in, and it looks like AT&T did much better than anticipated. So according to the story here, AT&T beat expectations on its customer growth, with revenues that they're saying are off just slightly from the same period a year ago. CEO John Stankey continued to emphasize the telco's focus on consistent, profitable growth, which they're saying is driven by 5G and fiber, of course. Consolidated company revenues were $30 billion for the first quarter of 2024, which is compared to $30.1 billion a year ago for the same quarter one period. CFO Pascal Desroches says in a statement that due to a decline in low-margin mobility equipment revenues and business wireline revenues, which offset growth in high-margin wireless service revenues and fiber revenues. The higher margin is where AT&T has made it clear that that is their primary focus, and they're saying that John Stankey is saying that during this or said during the conference call that we're growing the right way by adding valuable long-term wireless and broadband subscribers. So they're taking their time, they're moving things nice and slow, but they are moving in the correct direction. They're moving into a profit zone rather than a negative zone, and they're just taking their sweet time, guys. That's really all they're trying to do here, little by little. They're saying net income for the quarter was $3.8 billion, which is down from $4.8 billion in the same quarter 1 year ago. AT&T said that it was impacted by higher depreciation, higher non-cash post-retirement benefit costs, lower capitalized interest, and lower equity from DirecTV, of course. Desroches said that DirecTV distributions in the quarter were $500 million, which is down from $1.3 billion a year ago. That figure will continue to decline, they're saying, about 20% annually, he said. He also goes on to say that AT&T separated DirecTV's operations from the rest of the company all the way back in 2021 and signed an agreement for TPG to operate the new pay-per-TV company. They're saying that mobility services revenues were up 3.3% year over year to $16 billion. And consumer broadband revenues jumped 7.7% from the same time last year to $2.7 billion in the first quarter of 2024. Those are in line with AT&T's expectations, they're saying, for its full year results, which the company reiterated based on its Q1 performance. They're saying wireless service revenue growth is in the range of 3% and broadband is in a range of 7%. John Stankey said in a statement here, our results this quarter reflect continued strong growth in our mobility and consumer wireline connectivity businesses, which represent about 80% of our total revenues, he says. Customers are choosing AT&T and staying with us. We achieved a record low first quarter postpaid phone churn, grew consumer broadband subscribers for the third consecutive quarter, and expanded margins in mobility and consumer wireline. He goes on to say this consistent, solid performance driven by our investment-led strategy gives us confidence to reaffirm our full-year consolidated financial guidance. So a lot of good stuff here, They're saying that AT&T added 349,000 postpaid phone net adds in addition to 252,000 net fiber additions. So a lot of credibility is going to fiber, of course, which AT&T has clearly made a point that they're going to focus and invest a lot of money in for the time coming. And they've done that, right? There was millions upon millions, billions being invested into fiber because it's been a gold mine for them pretty much. And it's basically been what's been keeping them afloat for years now. When they looked like they were really going to just say goodbye to wireless, thankfully they didn't. They reiterated and they got back into the game, and as we can see, it's paying off. They had to tighten the belt a lot when it came to wireless, making a lot of changes and cutbacks, But this is how they do it. This is how AT&T works. They skim a little bit off the top, and they just basically just reinvest it in building out the network. And they've been doing that. They've been building out 5G. It's just been slower than everybody else because, there's been a lot of mistakes financially with them in the past that, unfortunately, this is the only way that they can stay in business. They have to tighten the belt and reposition themselves. So it looks like that's what they've done. It does look like it's paying off. And it's a very important message here that I think John Stankey says that, customers are choosing AT&T and staying with us, which, that means customers are satisfied with their service. They feel that it's dependable and reliable. And I think there's not much of an argument that they're going to get from us here, right? I mean, I know some of you may say AT&T isn't the best experience for you. Maybe it's not the most reliable for you. But again, it is market specific. If you were to grab 100 people and put them in a room from different states, okay, mix it up in a bag, put them all in a room and say, how's AT&T working for you? I guarantee you're going to find that at least 90% of the people in that room are going to say that AT&T is reliable for them. It's a very broad network. It reaches a lot of coverage, right? That's the thing with AT&T. They've been around for a long time. They have a very strong, wide range network. 5G has been improved with AT&T, where we're seeing more and more about this. So it's getting stronger. It's just slower, right? They're doing things slower. And there's nothing wrong with that. Better to do it slower and correct than rush it and not do it correct, waste a bunch of money, and just upset a bunch of customers. The idea here is the customers that sign up, you want to try to keep them, right? You don't want to lose them. Now, as far as the plan appetite here, that's going to need some restructuring at some point. I don't know how long AT&T will be able to get away with offering like minuscule kinds of plans. They're not that bad, but they're not that appetizing either, right? They're a little pricey for what you get. And now, with the deprioritization on their premium plans, that does have a lot of customers upset. And there's plenty of reasons to be upset. You're paying for premium and you're being throttled. That's never really a good thing. But as far as the reliability, as far as depending on a network, AT&T has a great reputation for being a main coverage for you, right? Your daily driver, if you will. So anyway, there's a bunch of other stuff here in this article. Not too much, but some other stuff here if you want to read. I think the last thing I'll chime in and add is that AT&T, or John Stankey, called fiber AT&T's fastest growing engine. He says that AT&T says that it now passes 27.1 million consumer and business locations with its fiber network, and that it is on track to pass 30 million locations by the end of 2025. So, not bad at all. Not bad at all. We knew fiber would definitely be the service that would save AT&T. It's been saving them for quite some time now, and it will continue to save them for the time being, helping them raise capital that they can reinvest in their mobile technologies, which they've been doing. So hats off to AT&T for doing a decent job here. We'll see what results we get in Q2, see if they're better, and that's pretty much all I have here for you. If you guys have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below in the comment section. If you are enjoying the news on this channel, feel free to give us a like. It's always nice to see that you guys are enjoying the videos, and the likes let me know that you like the content. And if you're not subscribed but you've stumbled upon this video, maybe consider subscribing. Turn on your notification bell so you're notified whenever I do drop a new wireless news update. And I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.